Hello and welcome to the viewers of this video. This is the Orange Fan here, bringing you another entry for the franchise discussion category. This video will be dedicated to the recap and thoughts for issue 21 of the Young Justice tie-in comics, Players Chapter 2. We begin this issue at Metropolis on December 1st, where Miss Martian contacts Mal Duncan, who's still at Mount Justice, to let him know that Superman, Superboy, and Devastation have all suddenly disappeared. Mal indicates that he's already aware of the situation, adds that the scope of the situation is much bigger, and he also contacts the Watchtower and Nightwing so that the heroes can coordinate a new plan given these changes in circumstances. On the Watchtower, Red Tornado comments that the three Green Lanterns, the Hawk duo, and Icon and Rocket are currently off-world. Martian Manhunter says that he can sense a significant amount of Zeta beam radiation coming from the moon, so he suspects that the missing individuals are on the moon. Nightwing instructs Miss Martian and Lagoon Boy to head to the moon with Miss Martian's vehicle, and also instructs Batgirl to take charge of the mission to protect News Harjafti. So with this new set of instructions set, Miss Martian tells Beast Boy that she'll return once she completes her new mission, and she enters camouflage mode. We then go back in time 5 years ago in Karak, where we see Clark Kent and Jimmy Olsen leaving the Logan Animal Sanctuary to head to the capital city of Karak. Miss Martian says that she and Superboy should probably head off to the capital city of Karak as well to make sure that they can protect Karak's president just in case Queen Bee tries to send someone to eliminate him. Miss Martian tells Garfield that they'll meet again sooner rather than later, and Superboy and Miss Martian head into Miss Martian's vehicle to set off for their mission. We then go forward in time 5 years later, so we're back with the scene in Metropolis where Miss Martian has entered her vehicle and she and Lagoon Boy prepare to head to the moon. Then we actually do head to the moon, where Superboy has regained consciousness, but he finds himself within a crystal prison, and there's an orb in front of the crystal prison, and this orb is emitting a very irritating noise, and Superboy actually equates the noise to similar to an inhibitor collar. Whatever this noise is, it's preventing him from focusing, and he can barely think while this noise is being emitted. But he also notices some of the other, there are other characters that are in crystal prisons as well, such as Captain Marvel, Captain Atom, Superman, Wonder Woman, and Superboy even notices some villains are also in crystal prisons, such as Devastation, Blockbuster, the Terror Twins, Black Adam, and Gorilla Grodd, to name a few examples. We then head to El Paso, where Wonder Girl is questioning why she wasn't captured like Wonder Woman, Superman, and Superboy. But that train of thought is interrupted when she and Nightwing see that Jaime Reyes is trying to leave, or trying to go back into the high school. But Nightwing quickly tells Blue Beetle that they still do need to talk, and Nightwing reveals that he and Wonder Girl are actually Nightwing and Wonder Girl undercover. Blue Beetle says that he's never heard of them, which Nightwing is not surprised by, considering the type of missions that the Young Justice team participate in. But Nightwing does mention that surely Jaime Reyes is at least somewhat familiar with the previous Blue Beetle, Ted Kord. Nightwing also explains that he knew Ted Kord and was even friends with him, and he also thinks that the previous Blue Beetle would like it if others were to help the current Blue Beetle out. Back in Metropolis, Batgirl tries to figure out how they should handle their mission now that, as Bumblebee puts it, the heavy hitters of their squad are now gone. But Batgirl tries to assure Bumblebee that even though their heavy hitters are no longer part of this mission, Devastation is also gone too, which means that there's a chance that this mission may become less complicated now. But they soon see that a spacecraft has appeared over Metropolis. The spacecraft belongs to Brainiac, aka the Collector of Worlds, who unleashes what looks like a drill-like device, and the drill starts to, drill a hole into the underground. A drill starts to drill under the ground of the city of Metropolis. And Bumblebee tries to contact Mal Duncan to inform him about the drill that was just unleashed in Metropolis. But suddenly, the communication system is disrupted. Mal Duncan Bumblebee's message was cut off in the middle, and Mal Duncan is unable to contact any of the Injustice team members in Metropolis right now. And we see a giant force field is going around Metropolis to explain, which at least partially explains why the communication system has broken up. Back in El Paso, Nightwing is explaining that the Injustice team will provide Blue Beetle with a lot of essentials, such as experience in heroics, training, advice, comrades, and they even have the full support of the Justice League. Wonder Girl adds that Wonder Girl says that she's the most recent member of the Injustice team. She joined a few months ago, and she said that the team have helped her out in many significant ways. Blue Beetle, though, still seems to be hesitant. He says that maybe he should talk with one of the heroes that he's encountered in the past. Nightwing understands Blue Beetle wanting to talk to those other heroes, but he brings up that Peacemaker is not a fan. Guy Gardner is currently off-world, and based off of the information that he recently received, they accurately guess that Captain Atom is currently on the moon. And although the Scarab tries to persuade Jaime Reyes not to listen to Nightwing or Wonder Girl, Nightwing receives a message about the emergency situation that just happened in Metropolis. But before Nightwing and Wonder Girl take off, Nightwing offers for Blue Beetle to join them on this trip to Metropolis. In Metropolis, back in Metropolis, we do see characters such as Lex Luthor, Black Lightning and Jim Harper are also in Metropolis. Black Lightning and Jim Harper are in an area called Suicide Slum. And Black Lightning is able to contact Batgirl, and they figure out that they're unable to contact the Watchtower, and they notice that the Zeta Beam technology within Metropolis is offline now. Bumblebee also figures out that the force field is not a dome, but rather a sphere, because she digs underground a little and sees that the force field extends underground as well. And Beast Boy, who's still in his bird form right now, is rather anxious, or seems to be very stressed out. And Batgirl figures out that it's because Beast Boy is still worried for Nuj Harjafti's well-being, and he's worried that this force field might be a distraction to eliminate Miss Harjafti. So Batgirl tells Beast Boy to go to Miss Harjafti, and also instructs Bumblebee to prepare to take action. So Bumblebee uses her shrinking ability to start to take action, and Bumblebee also comments that maybe this force field and the disappearance of some characters might be connected with each other. Back on the moon, Captain Marvel is able to say Shazam! Although he's only barely able to do it thanks to the inhibitor noise. So Captain Marvel turns back into Billy Batson, and although the magic lightning that transforms Captain Marvel into Billy Batson and vice versa, although that magic lightning bolt was unable to destroy the crystal prison, Billy Batson notices that the inhibitor noise isn't actually affecting him while he's Billy Batson, even if the noise is still annoying. This gives Captain Atom an idea. Captain Atom changes back into his normal form, and he confirms that, yes, the inhibitor noise is specific to their hero identities, not their civilian identities. So Captain Atom is able to break free from his crystal prison, and he also destroys the orb that was emitting the inhibitor noise around his crystal prison. With the orb destroyed, Captain Atom returns into his hero form, and he frees Superman, Superboy, and Wonder Woman, and prepares to free Billy Batson so that he can change back into Captain Marvel. Back in Metropolis, Beast Boy resumes his usual appearance as a humanoid monkey to reach Miss Harjafti. Although some of the security guards are understandably concerned for Miss Harjafti's well-being, she quickly assures them that she knows Beast Boy, and she knows that Beast Boy is a friend, not an enemy. She questions if Beast Boy knows what's going on, but Beast Boy admits he doesn't know what's going on, but he's still determined to make sure that her well-being is still safe and sound. Then we head to New Mexico, where Nightwing, Wonder Girl, the Super Cycle, and Blue Beetle are heading for Taos, much to Blue Beetle's confusion because he thought they were going to Metropolis. Nightwing, though, responds that Nightwing's response is that sometimes the quickest distance to one location from another is not always a straight line. Out in space, we do see that Lagoon Boy is telling Miss Martian that the incident in Metropolis and the disappearance of some characters must be connected in some way. And on the moon, we see the 5 characters, the 4 Justice League members, and Superboy are trying to figure out what they should do next. Captain Marvel suggests freeing a character named Major Force, but Captain Atom seems to be hesitant to free Major Force. Wonder Woman reveals that Captain Atom apparently was very unwilling to let Major Force join the Justice League, even though other characters seem to suggest that Captain Atom and Major Force are friends, but Captain Atom doesn't seem to think as highly of Major Force, despite being his friend, apparently. But in any case, Captain Atom says that as the recently elected leader or chairman of the Justice League, he intends to give out instructions with that position. And he does point out that they still don't know who exactly is behind the capture of these individuals. So he thinks for now, even though they have to eventually free everyone, he thinks it's better that they just have the affiliated heroes, Justice League members and Young Justice team members in Superboy's case, that they should be the only ones that should be free for the time being before they can figure things out. Superman happens to recognize one of the individuals in the Crystal Prisons as an alien named Draga, who challenged Superman to a battle when the alien arrived in Metropolis a year ago. And Superman says that Draga was a very tough opponent. They were only able to barely defeat him, and they still don't know how Draga found out about Superman in the first place. But the point Superman's trying to make is that if a very powerful opponent like Draga was able to be captured, then whoever is responsible for these captures must be an even more powerful adversary. Captain Atom, though, thinks that this adversary underestimated them because he describes himself, Captain Marvel, as Superman and Wonder Woman as the heavy hitters of the Justice League. But elsewhere, one of these orbs reports to a being that they refer to as the First Leader. This First Leader's name is revealed to be Killstar, and the orb informs Killstar that some of the individuals that he had captured have escaped, and that's where we end the issue. So there we go. That was part 2 of this 6-part storyline, and most of this part took place within Team Year 5, or the year 2015, if you go by how Greg Weisman and the other crew members of the Young Justice team had based the calendar of season 1 off of the 2010 calendar. So if 2010 is Team Year 0, then 2015 would be Team Year 5. So yeah, the majority of this issue takes place the month just before season 2 started, but we do get one scene that does take place within the time frame of season 1, and that would be the quick scene that we saw. Actually, we saw a little bit of it in part 1 of this story, where Clark Kent and Jimmy Olsen were leaving to go to Karak's capital city. So we do get a quick expansion of that when we see Superboy and Miss Martian also saying their goodbyes to Garfield and Marie Logan so they can fulfill their mission in the capital city of Karak as well. Otherwise, we do find out that Brainiac, aka the Collector of Worlds, is working with someone named Killstar, who's responsible for capturing not just the heroes of Earth, but also some of the villains of Earth. And we also see several other aliens have also been captured as well. And this issue also gave us at least some backstory, or at least a few details or tidbits about what happened during the 5-year time skip, because Superman mentioned Draga coming to Earth to challenge him, Superman, but they never figured out how Draga found out about Superman. And it's pretty safe to say, for individuals who have seen season 2, it seems pretty safe to say how Draga found out about Superman. It's, pretty safe to say that we have an idea how Draga found out about Superman. And otherwise, that's right. This issue also, we do get to see the Scarab, or I should say we hear the Scarab. We do hear the Scarab being not really trusting anyone, since the Scarab was unwilling to believe or trust Nightwing or Wonder Girl. So that was a good preview for Blue Beetle, but Blue Beetle didn't talk to the Scarab out loud in this particular issue. So far it's not like in season 2 where the other characters are just giving Blue Beetle like say what looks, because they didn't hear Blue Beetle seemingly talking to himself. And I did think that it was also that force field was definitely very effective, because it wasn't just a dome but a whole sphere that goes even further underground. It kind of tells you just how serious this situation is, and that it's not going to be easy, especially because we have 4 more parts of this story left to cover still. And otherwise, actually, I think that might be it for now, really. Like, we have ourselves some major surprise moments, and now that those have been set up, we gotta figure out what the heroes are gonna do to get out of this situation. Whether it's the heroes that are trapped within Metropolis's force field, or the heroes that are on the moon, who are... because Killstar, the one responsible for capturing them, is aware that some of the individuals that he captured have escaped now. So, we're going to be getting some pretty big stuff in the upcoming parts of this story. So, I think that's about it for now. So, as of this video, we've now discussed issue 21 of the Young Justice tie-in comics on this channel. Take care, and until next time.